Hi, my name is Brayden Murphy, and this is my demo for my final project submission for Android programming, spring 2025. So my project is a clone of the web application Roll20, which is a online web app that's used for playing tabletop role-playing games like Dungeons and Dragons online. Yeah, so I'll start the demonstration by logging in. I've got a couple of virtual devices on screen here. So we'll log in our first user and then log in a new user, create a new user. Okay, so we're all logged in. So for the first piece of functionality, um, we have a character creation screen. So this allows users or players to create a new character, which is an important part of games like D&D. So we're gonna fill out a sort of form with a few different fields, and then these ability scores. So ability scores in Dungeons and Dragons give you what's called a modifier, and the way that that modifier is calculated is you take your ability score, you subtract 10 from it, divide it in half or by 2, and then round down to the nearest whole number. So I'll just show you a few examples of that. Okay, so we've got our character, so we'll hit create. And then over here in the character screen, we can see our new character Gimli, and it's showed up on both devices. And then if you click, we can see another view of our Gimli character. It's the same information we entered before. But now what we can do in this second half of the screen is add a player icon to our map so we can play as Gimli on the map. So we'll click add to map. And there we go. So we have Gimli here in yellow. And if you click Gimli, you can see the name. So I'll do that again. You can see the name Gimli. And then because this authenticated user on the right here created Gimli, they're able to drag and drop them. And this map is my second major piece of functionality. And it is shared mutable state. So when you drag and drop the icon, the other player sees the movement. I'll also demonstrate here. So we can add another icon and you'll see that show up in real time as well. So here we're at the icon for Merlin. We'll give him the color blue. We'll add to map. Okay. So there's Merlin. And when the player on the right here tries to move the icon, they're not able to because it's not their character. Oh. And then, yeah, they show up on screen, and again, that shared mutable state, so that icon moves around. And then over for the right here, if we click on Merlin, they can't move it. So yeah, that's my second piece of functionality, and again has shared mutable state. So for the third and final piece of functionality, we'll go over here into our live chat screen. So this live chat is stored on a Firebase database, so it's a third piece of functionality, and it's also shared mutable state. So when this user makes a few posts to the chat, their own posts are going to be highlighted in blue, and then all other posts won't be. So I'll demonstrate that here. So for this user, they can see I named them fake name. They've got their post highlighted in blue, and then this player 5 over here has theirs. So that's the basic chat functionality. It also supports a couple of text commands that are relevant for Dungeons and Dragons. So D&D involves a lot of rolling dice. So we have this roll dice command. So this means one die, and it's 20 sided, so the highest value you can get is 20. So it rolls a random number between 1 and 20 for you. And you can see that show up here. You can also do different number of dice, and this time you see that you get each dice roll, and then it's added for a total. And then for the second and last text command that the chat supports, we're going to do what's called an ability check. So an ability check is a roll where a user gets to roll one 20-sided dice and then add their strength modifier to that total. So let's take a look and remind ourselves. So I'm going to roll a strength ability check for Conan. Conan's strength modifier right now is a mod of 4. And if we hit send, so we got that mod 4, and that's been added to the roll of 3 from that d20 for a total of 7. Yeah, so that's my third and last piece of functionality with shared mutable states, the live chat with a few of those commands. So we've got our chat, we've got our map, we've got character creation and viewing character lists and all that good stuff. And then the last thing I wanted to show you, I'm going to go ahead and log out and log back in just to demonstrate persistence, that all that information is still going to be there when we check again. Okay, so the chat's still here, and that is in a scroll view. So you can scroll down. The map icons are still there. All our characters are still here. All that good stuff. We'll log back in to the other user real quick. Yep. So that is my application. So thanks so much for watching.